Today on MOE'S Toy Room from Creepshow, here comes Neca's Ultimate Creep action figure. Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of MOE'S Toy Room, come from my Tours, and today we're going to take a look at Creepshow's Neca's Ultimate Creep action figure. The most fun you'll ever have being scared. Admission, adults and children. He has a ticket in his hand. You can see the creep right there on the front. I was sold to this right away because this package is very catchy, folks. And this is available right now at Target. So you're going to have to go to the collector section because guess what, folks? This is for ages 17 and up. Says it on the top of the box right there. You can see that. But the box art is just fantastic. Just absolutely love it. So you can see the side right there. 40 years of Creepshow. Creepshow, Neca, Real Toys. Back of the package right there. You can see, I will zoom it up for that way you could read that right there, the fine print. If you want to do a pause on that right quick. I know that my camera is going a little off right there when I bring it too close. But anyway, right here on the bottom, you can see includes 3 interchangeable heads, candle, pumpkin, and comic book. Gives us 3 beautiful pictures of the creep right there on how he could look with the right dioramas behind him. Very nice looking figure on the inside. All right, so you can see the other side of the package right here, more 40 years of Creepshow. Creepshow, Neca, Real Toys. Let's open up this flap on here. There he is inside, but here is a beautiful picture of the creep in action figure form, how he could look with the right diorama behind him. I wish I would have had this a little bit sooner when we were doing the Halloween episodes for the channel, but I just recently picked this up over the last week. And yeah, I want to get it out. So, but I ended up missing it on Halloween. But you could see the creep kicking back behind his window, pain locked in his plastic prison, as he has finally made it here to the horror side of MOE'S Toy Room. He tends to have an interchangeable head, one interchangeable head that he's wearing, and one right there you can see in the corner. But it's hard to see because the way that the glare is and the way that it's all dark inside. He has a pumpkin, he has candle, he has comic book right there. So the reason that it had such of a glare is because of this. Look, it has a package over a package. But let me go on to this. You have a small diorama that it brings right there on the inside of it that makes that package very dark, so it makes it tough. That's the ticket window where you can pose him at. So Neca has included a small diorama. Maybe you could do something with that. But here is the kicker, folks, right here. There you have it. And then it was all taped up a little bit, but I untaped it. So let's see if we could get this thing out. Yeah, you see? And then the comic book just went flying right out of here. And then you have them right there. All right, folks. First off, tail of the tape. From the bottom of the foot to very top of head, 7.5 inches tall. That is, he's a little taller than 19 centimeters. Just a hair over, because 19 centimeters is just a hair under 7.5 inches. So, yeah, he is 7.5 inches tall, pretty much, because you have to, you know, put this little poofy thing right here. But anyway, this figure is very interesting because he's not going to stand on its own, folks. I'm going to tell you straight up, you're going to need a Neca stand because this figure is very, look, this is what they gave us. You see that? Yeah, he's not standing on its own. I'll get more into that. Luckily, I had an extra Neca stand, but he does bring a pretty cool looking pumpkin. It does not light up. I wish it would have, but one thing it does do is the top opens on it, so you can have a carved pumpkin. That's pretty cool. So maybe you could drop an LED or something in there. That would have been nice if they would have included one. You could have just hit a button or in the back or something, it would have turned on, but oh well. Nice looking pumpkin. He also brings a pretty cool looking candle. This too would have been really cool if they would have threw an LED or something. We're going to have to start arguing with that, and hopefully we could get better product because these figures are not cheap, folks. They're getting expensive. And yeah, I just can't say enough. You know, I'm disappointed as it is because the figure wouldn't stand on its own. But yeah, he brings a candle. And then he also brings an alternate head. Now, this is pretty damn cool. Got an eyeball popping all out. The way that I think his hair looks. You can see the back. Yeah, that's pretty damn cool. This looks really nice. I don't know if the jaw will move. Yeah, it does. Look at that. Oh, that's pretty damn cool. Get the jaw to move. Yeah, I like that. Okay. And then he also brings this one. You could see that. Yeah, that's insane looking. Look at how that looks. Pardon my big old sausage fingers, but this too, the jaw also opens. Look. He'll probably do his creeper laugh, you know, or whatever he does. Okay. And then he brings a small comic book. And this is paper, folks. It's just paper. Brings like some comic art in there. I don't think it's any more than just opening it up. Yeah, I think that's it. So I don't know if you could really turn the page on that. All right. But anyway, he brings the comic. You can see the back of that. All right, folks. So here we have the creeper right in front of us. Need I say more? Look at how his face looks. I will give you up close on this face, on that one. Okay. And I believe on this one, the jaw does open up too to make him look like that. Okay. They fully didn't mount his head on, and it's already coming off this thing. So, yeah, interesting. So you got him right there. Okay. So let's give him a turn. Yeah, in order to pose this guy, you're going to definitely need a Neca stand. Just saying. Or if you could find a stand that'll go all the way up here and it'll hook around his waist from the inside, that probably would be better, because sometimes the Neca stands won't even hold up some of the Neca figures. So, because they're either way too top heavy or something's always up. But yeah, I just wish this guy would have been able to stand on his own at least, you know. All right, folks. So I don't know what's going on with this head right here, but you can see it is not in there at all. They did not mount it at all up in there. Yeah. So I don't know what's going on with that. So let me just fix it real quick. All right. So now we're in business. So this you got to take this off because he also has his hair under there. All right, folks. So the thing is I will go through this real quick. There is a wire amongst the, on this side, and there's a wire on this side. So you can flare these out, and it's only on the bottom. So you can do some things like this. However, he does bring a wire, so you could check that out. I will leave it like that to expose his feet because I need to get to those anyway. But that's about the only area. And he has a wire here. So that way, if you want him like flying, if you want to see it, oh, look how crazy that looks. Yeah, that looks nuts, doesn't it? Like, for real. Like, come on, man. Like, could you imagine that thing coming after you, like in the mix of the dark? Like, ah! Like, could you picture from, you see at the end of the hallway or something, this thing, ah! Right? But look at that. That looks just insane. Yeah, this figure's starting to wear on me. All right, folks. All right. Yeah, it's more toyeticness than it does actual, I don't know. I don't know what to even call this. All right. So let's go with this more toyetic creep. So his head will look down. It will look up, and it came off again, folks. Okay. And then side to side, and it keeps coming off. His head just will not stay on that ball joint. Okay, now I got it to go back on. Okay. And obviously you can get it to move around. Okay. Arms will only go up about this high. So you got that. And then it seems like I don't feel no like bicep swivel in there. So I am going to do the best that I can with this guy to try and get out a somewhat decent review. Okay, so here is where his swivel is going to be. It's going to be at the very bottom of the bicep. Okay. So it's going to be right there and right there. So he's going to have it at the bottom of the bicep, and then he's going to have it at the top of the forearm. So you see that? And then he comes to us with double bicep, well, with the double elbow right there. So it will, for that way it can go more around. So that's pretty damn nice. Okay, so as far as mobility, yeah, you can get your creeper's arm to go up and around. Wow, this thing is just so hard, folks. Pardon my hands being in the way. I do apologize, but I am trying my best with this figure because it is putting up a fight. All right, so let's raise this up. Hand has a hinge right there, and the movement is pretty damn good, but it looks like the hand wants to come off right there. I don't know what's going on with that. And then I got him to his hand to move up. But this thing looks damn good though. I ain't gonna lie, and it will move around. So I'm assuming that the other arm is the exact same way, and you could tell it's very brittle and like very rubbery type because for instance, look, folks. And then it just like, instead of staying in a spot, it like moves away. Okay, so gives you an idea, and I think it's from the extender piece that they put in that double jointed elbow. But you can move this arm around. This arm actually moves way better. So, but yeah, it has two swivel joints on each arm, and then the hand on this one works really well. All right, so here is you're gonna have to take my word on this. So right below the chest area right here, he has some swivel. Okay, he has some ab crunch. Okay, but I don't know if there's swivel. All right, folks, so try not to laugh. Okay, so let's see what this guy got underneath it. All right, so there you have it. Okay, let's do this like this. There you go. You could see it right there. He has that joint right there. He only has underneath the chest area, underneath the chest cavity, is where that swivel's at. So you can get it to move around, and it will move up and down. Okay. See, he came right off the stand because the stand don't even hold his feet. Nothing going on there, folks. And then you could get him as running. Oh, that looks actually pretty damn good right there. Look how crazy that looks, all right? Yeah, this thing is deranged, huh? Look. Put it like this. And then you get him in that like running pose, like he's freaking chasing you down, like, ah! And let's put one of his hands up where it looks like it's all crazed out right there. But you can get your creeper in some areas to really look really creep. Well, your creep, not creeper, to look really creepy. But right here below the knee, folks, I am doing my best. He does have swivel below the knee, and you could see it from the back. Look at the back. He has a hinge, and then he has that swivel. But as far as the undercarriage on this guy, he looks pretty damn real. It looks pretty good. But you don't get to see that unless I would have picked up his attire to show you. So, and then he has really good hip movement. I will show you from the front. His legs, wow, this guy's, man, he can do some karate right there. This dude, man, he has some stuff. And then he has single joint knee. And that will be on both feet. Okay, now as far as movement in the feet, in the actual feet, so nothing really there, but look at this. Look at the legs. Look how they move. Now you know why this figure won't stand on its own. But down and up. That's it, folks. That's it for your creep figure. Here he is with the other alternate head on him. You can see him right here. Yeah, it's, I don't know. I'm going to say that you have to be a diehard Creepshow fan in order to appreciate this figure. As far as like action figure of the year or or saying, okay, well, we're going to try and compare the toyeticness to a Power Ranger or to even some of the Mortal Kombat figures from McFarlane Toys, or a Star Wars figure. You're not going to get that toyeticness to where they're just going to pop up and stand on their own with this figure. We've seen that. And even with this head right here, this alternate head, it has trouble staying on that joint. Like it just comes right off. And this joint is just not like doing its job, and it won't even like pop on at all. So you just got to kind of just set it there. I know on my copy it's like that, and then with the way that the legs are just so bendy and the arms, it's just very, very weird. All right, so here he is with other alternate head. The one that I like the most, the one with the eyeball. Let's drop his jaw a little bit. All right. See, as you can tell, his head popped off right there too. Like, I don't understand it. None of these heads mount onto that ball joint very well at all. But it's a nice looking figure, I'll give it that. All right, so right here is about as good as it's going to get for me to get him to hold his candle. Eventually, he's going to end up dropping it. I just got it barely holding on there. But yeah, it's a nice figure. And if you want to do some like photo ops or whatever with this figure, this would be perfect for that. I'm not going to lie about that. It will be. But it would have to be really fast in order to do it because of the way that it's built. So I added the pumpkin, and you can see that makes it look so much better in the actual photo. So let me see what I can do here. Let me see if I can move him a little bit closer without him dropping anything, and then maybe add this to the back. No, it makes, there you go. A little bit better. Yeah, you could fool with it. Maybe you could drop some lower lighted LEDs in there, make a small diorama for this guy. Yeah, he's just a photo piece, to be honest. This thing is perfect for doing photos. And if you're a Creepshow fan, it's not going to disappoint because you know what you're getting into. This figure is definitely really nice in appearance, but as far as like being able to stand up on its own, and you know, the parts being able to move real good on it, and the head of all things to be popping off constantly, it just won't mount onto that ball joint. Yeah, this figure doesn't get that. So, but if you're a Creepshow fan, you need to have this in your collection. Definitely, for sure, they're available right now. All right, folks. So that's about as good as it's gonna get for him reading his comic book. Yeah, I put the one face on where it looks like he's really like in awe. You could see that, but yeah, with the head that doesn't even hold on that dumbbell joint, and then it really can't hold the comic book either. I can't get it to do it. Maybe the people from Neca can send me an email or comment on this video or something, or DM me and let me know. You know, maybe I just got a defected figure. I don't know. If your figure's like this, please leave it in the comments, because I know this figure, yeah, it won't even hold the comic book, and the head just won't even like stay on. You just gotta like, it won't even snap onto that thing. So I don't even know how to even what to even say about any more about this. All right, folks, so what I did was I covered up, I put his hoodie back over him so you could see him right there. Yeah, I like him more with that head, so the one with the eyeball, so you could see that. But yeah, it's a little bit of a disappointment, this figure, due to the fact that the price was so expensive and it can't even hold its own head up. But as long as you have this hoodie on, you're not going to lose his head, so it could stay in there. But I think maybe, I don't know if Neca is expecting you to do that, but if you're going to be out there just messing with this thing, yeah, you could easily lose his head and a few other things on this. The comic book he won't hold up, and then it's just a matter of time before he'll end up dropping that. I wish the jack-o'-lantern would have had some kind of LED in there or something, for that way I could use it for other figures too, to get more photo off. But all in all, this is a photogenic piece, and that's pretty much about it, because the figure looks amazing. I mean, if you just have him just sitting there like that, it looks beautiful. And very amazing. But as far as holding his head on and being able to stand on its own, a few other things that I pointed out, it does not deliver. All right, folks, so please like, share, subscribe. And from Moe's Tourum to yours, everyone, good night.